Second graders, it is time for math, and we are going to check the page that we did yesterday. So if you will pull out page 239, let's check our answers from yesterday. I asked you to do number 3 on your own. It said there are 2 fewer lions than elephants. How many elephants are there? So up here in our graph, it did not have elephants listed, did it? But it did have lions, and we knew that there were 5 lions, okay? So we wrote 5 lions, okay? And we knew that there were 2 fewer lions than elephants. So do you remember how we have turned that around and said if there are 2 fewer lions, then there must be 2 more elephants, right? So then we take our 5 lions, we add them to 2 elephants, and how many elephants are there altogether? 7. Okay, so check and make sure that you got that answer also. And then turn to the back page and let's check our answers back here. Number 5 said, Morgan has 11 red beads. Then she gives 2 red beads to Aaron. How many more red beads does Morgan have now than Jenny? All right, so Jenny is the one up here. So we know that Jenny has 2 red beads, right? Okay, so Morgan has 11. We wrote 11 and we put an M over it for Morgan. She gives 2 to Aaron. So that means that she has 9 left. So if Morgan now has 9 red beads, how many more red beads does she have than Jenny? Well, we know Jenny has 2. So 9 minus the 2 that Jenny has means that Morgan has 7 more red beads than Jenny. Did you get it right? Okay, number 6 says, 5 of Jenny's beads are large, and we're going to stop right there, okay? So we wrote down that Jenny had 5 large beads, right? And the rest are small. All right, so we know that Jenny has, let's see. Oh, that's right. We had to count up how many beads Jenny had altogether. Did we do that together yesterday? I think we did. We added up all the beads that she had, and we decided that she had 20 beads, right? She had 20 beads altogether. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 5 more is 14, plus 6 more is 20. So Jenny has 20 beads altogether. We wrote that down. 5 of them are large. We're going to take away those 5 large beads. That means we have 15 left that are small. Okay? So now we know that Jenny has 15 small beads. She buys some small yellow beads. We don't really care what color they are because we just need to know that she buys some more small ones, right? But we don't know how many. Some. But we do know that now she has 18 small beads. So we have our 15 small beads plus some more small beads equals 18, right? So 15 plus what equals 18? We can do that one on our fingers. 15, 16, 17, 18, right? So this question mark right here must be 3 because 15 plus 3 equals 18, which means how many small yellow beads did she buy? 3. Okay, let's move on to today's math. and it is going to be page 241, and it starts out with Puzzle Penguin. And I'm sorry, I do not have Puzzle Penguin here in Arkansas with me. I'll have him when I get back to Utah, but we're just going to pretend that he's right here, okay? And he has done his math. He's read the bar graph, and he has figured out the answer, and he is asking you, am I correct? Am I correct? And I just made a big boo-boo right there, so we're going to erase it. All right, so let's look. The graph is called Children's Favorite Snacks. Okay, so these were the favorite snacks of the children that were interviewed. Nuts, grapes, apples, and pretzels. And Puzzle Penguin says, how many more children chose fruit than nuts? All right, so the first thing we have to figure out is we have to figure out how many of these things are fruits and how many are nuts. All right, so we've got nuts right here. We know nuts are nuts, right? Grapes. Are grapes a fruit? Yep. Apples. Are apples a fruit? Yep. Pretzels. Are pretzels a fruit? No. Are pretzels a nut? No. So we don't even care about the pretzels. We're just going to cross out the pretzels, okay? What we want to know is how many more children chose fruit than nuts. So Puzzle Penguin says that 8 children chose fruit. So let's see if he's correct. We know that grapes are a fruit. Let's go across and down. How many children chose grapes? 4. And we know that apples are a fruit. And down. 8 children chose apples. So we need to add these two together, right? 8 plus 4 more. How much is that? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so how many children chose fruit? 12. What did Puzzle Penguin write down? 8. He only counted the apples. He did not count the grapes as a fruit. That's where he made his mistake. So number 7 says, show Puzzle Penguin how you would solve it. All right, so 12 children chose fruit, and I'm just going to write an F. I'm not going to write the whole thing out. And how many children chose nuts? 5. Was he right on that one? Yep. So 5 children chose nuts. I'm going to write it down here with an N. And then the question was, how many more children chose fruit than nuts? So are we going to add or subtract? We want to know how many more chose fruit than nuts. We are going to subtract, okay, because we know the number has to be smaller. It has to be smaller than 12. So we're going to subtract the 5. Okay, so let's do it together. We have 2. We cannot take away 5. Whoops. Look at Mrs. Bennett. I am just being not even thinking about what is going on here and being so crazy today. Okay. We're going to borrow from our 10. We had one 10. We're going to borrow a 10. That's going to leave us 0 10s. That 10 is going to come over into the ones column. And now instead of 2 ones, we have 12 ones. 12 minus 5, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, right? So how many more children chose fruit than nuts? 7. Okay, let's go on to the back of this page. On the back, it says organize and graph information. So what they want us to do is they want us to look at this picture right here. They want us to organize it and make a bar graph out of it. First, they want us to make a table. A table. A table is just like a little chart that we put our information in. All right? So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to call our table, what should we call it? What are these things? Shapes? Let's call our table shapes, okay? So we're going to write shapes up there. All right. So how should we organize these shapes? What do you want to start with? Let's see how many different shapes we have. We have stars, okay? And I'm just going to draw a picture of it. I'm not going to write the word. We have circles. And we have triangles. All right, now one of the most difficult things about counting a pile like this is losing track of how many we already counted. So do you remember what Mrs. Bennett says to do when you've already counted it? Put a dot on it or X it out, right? So let's count the stars first. And as we count them, we're going to X them out so that we know we already did them. All right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you see any more stars? Did I get them all? Okay, so we're going to write a 6 by the stars. Now, I want you to pause the video and I want you to count all the circles and write how many there are, and then count all the triangles and write how many there are. Okay, so pause it while you do that and then come right back to check it. Okay, are you back? All right, I counted 8 circles and 9 triangles. Is that what you got too? I think I got them all. Okay, so now we need to use this information that we have. We call this information data, or some people say data. It means the same thing. We're going to use this data or data that we have, and we're going to make a bar graph out of it, okay? And we're going to title our bar graph the same name as our data chart. Shapes. All right, now your homework tonight, homework from homeschool, that's kind of silly. The work I want you to do on your own is I want you to make a bar graph, a vertical bar graph that goes, so your lines are going to go up and down, okay, that matches the data. So for instance, if there are 6 stars, you're going to go to the stars, you're going to go up to the number 6 and make your bar, all right? And then do your circles and your triangles. And we will check that when you come back tomorrow. Now, I know I said this morning that I had a really fun graphing activity for you. It's going to have to wait till tomorrow because we are out of time, but can I give you a little peek at it? It's just a bunch of blank charts, and guess what? You get to take a survey of your very own family at your house. You get to ask them a question and collect your data and make a picture graph and a bar graph. So I'm really excited about that, and that's going to be math on Friday. So that's kind of a Friday fun day math. All right, see you then. Bye.